Hi everyone! You might remember this flavorful and juicy Chinese barbecue pork known as Char Siu pork from dim sum restaurants. It's extremely easy to make, but should we use pork shoulder or pork butt? I got both to test it out. You can see pork butt is lighter and pinker in color. It has lots of fat in between tissues. This is the same cut side as the pork butt we just saw. You can see the color is darker and redder, and definitely less fat in tissues. The traditional way of coloring the Char Siu pork is to use red yeast rice. However, it is hard to find outside of China. I use the red yeast rice supplement capsules instead. You can find it in the local drugstores or on Amazon. It works really well. You can skip the coloring process if you want. Red yeast rice doesn't contribute much to flavors. Look at that beautiful red color. Like always, I will link all the less common ingredients in the description box. Make sure to check it out. Make sure to mix it really well. The honey usually takes a few more stirs to fully mix. This is basically the Char Siu sauce you see in the store without the starch. We are going to use it to marinate the pork. Place the clean meat in a zip bag . And pour in our Char Siu sauce. To that, we add 5 cloves of chopped garlic, and 1 ounce of sliced ginger. Sorry, Kiki, but I'm a little busy. Distribute the ginger and garlic a little evenly. Make sure to squeeze out all the excess air in the bag before completely sealing it. Then massage the meat for about a minute or so. Leave the pork to marinate in the fridge for about 2 days to soak up all of the amazing flavors. Flip over the bag on the second day to make sure both sides gets fully marinated. 2 days later, the pork is ready to be barbecued. I use a disposable aluminum pan as the base. You could use a regular baking pan. Just make sure to cover the bottom with aluminum sheets. Otherwise, it would be really hard to wash. It's slightly brown when the meat is raw. It will turn into a redder color when cooked. Filter out the char siu sauce we used to marinate. We will need it for the baking coat. Start making the baking coat with olive oil. Then honey. And finally the marinate. Brush the baking coat all over the meat. Don't forget the sides. Flip over the meat and brush the other side. Bake at 395 degrees for 20 minutes. Please note that the baking time varies depending on the thickness of your pork. Mine is about 1.5 inch thick. Add or subtract time if your thickness is different. 20 minutes later, take the pork out of the oven and brush another coat of the sauce. Don't forget to flip and brush the other side. Then, we put the pork back in the oven for another 20 minutes. 20 minutes later, we brush another coat onto the meat. Flip it over. And back in the oven for 10 minutes. 10 minutes later, we brush a final layer of coat. Flip over the meat one last time, and back to the oven for 10 more minutes. The pork is ready. Look at that mouth-watering color. Now let's check which pork tastes better. This is pork butt. This is pork shoulder. You don't see a lot of difference from looking at it. Let's taste it. The pork shoulder is definitely denser and leaner. It has that classic char siu pork taste from dim sum places. Pork butt is juicier and softer because of the fat. I actually love the taste of both of them. I think I will use both meats from now on so I can have two different textures of char siu. I hope you enjoyed our time together and let me know which pork you prefer. I will see you next time.